Hi, I'm Dustin Phelps with FormAssembly, and I'm going to show you how to add a web form to your website. Getting visitors to your website can be a challenge, but it's only half the battle. In order to get contacts, leads, and sales from your website, you're going to need a way to collect your visitors' information. Web forms are a great way to do this, and I'm going to show you 3 useful ways you can publish your web forms to your website. Each method has its own purpose and user experience that I will go over. But first, if you haven't seen our video on why bad web design is hurting your data collection, go check that out. I go into detail about what you can do to keep visitors on your website and get them to fill out your web forms. We also have some videos that explain how to create a web form and some of the best practices surrounding that. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more great content. Okay, let's get into it. If you want to follow along with this tutorial, you can start a free trial of FormAssembly by clicking the link in the description below. The first and simplest method is to create a clickable link on your website that redirects the visitors to your form. The link can be displayed as a hyperlink or button that the visitor clicks. This method is useful if your form is too large to fit on your web page, or if you already have another form on the page and don't want to confuse your visitors. Additionally, this method allows you to create links from virtually any location and gets visitors to your form without taking up any extra space. However, be aware that you will be redirecting visitors away from the page that they were clicking from. To maintain a good user experience, have the form open in a new tab so visitors don't lose their place. All you need to do for this method is simply copy the form URL and paste it into the HTML of whatever website editor you are using. To get the form to open up in a new tab, just add target equals _ blank to your link's code, or adjust your button settings to open the link in a new tab. The next method is to embed your form's code into your website. This method is useful if you want to display the form alongside the rest of the content on the web page. This is the most common for forms with lower number of fields like contact forms, demo forms, and sign-up forms, whereas the method I previously described is better for longer forms. To embed your form, copy and paste your form's code from the form's publish screen, which may be a mixture of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and paste this into your website page's HTML. From here, you can adjust and edit the code if needed to suit your page requirements. However, keep in mind that you will need to update this code if you make changes to this form in the form builder, and your form will inherit the CSS from your website. An alternative would be to use an iFrame, which would protect your form's CSS and automatically update when you update your form in the form builder. But the downside to using an iFrame is that it might not look like it's part of the site if the styling on your form doesn't match, since it won't inherit your site's CSS. I'll explain how to use an iFrame for your forms in just a minute, but first, let's go over the WordPress plugin. Using the WordPress plugin is a good way to go because it doesn't need to be republished every time you make changes in the form builder, and it appears as part of the page like Embedding does. To use the FormAssembly WordPress plugin, first go to the FormAssembly plugin page on wordpress.org and download the plugin. If you've never installed a WordPress plugin before, it's really simple. Just navigate to the plugins page from your WordPress dashboard and click Add New, Upload Plugin, and then drop the zip file into the uploader. Then navigate to the page you want your form to be displayed on and copy and paste the shortcode. The shortcode can be found in the description of the plugin and also in our help docs. Next, replace the placeholder form ID with the form ID of the form you want to display. You can find your form ID by navigating to your form and copying the digits that come after the / in the form URL. Next, publish your page and see your web form displayed on your web page. Before we wrap up, I said I would show you how to use an iFrame. And essentially, you would use the same shortcode as with the WordPress plugin, but you need to make sure you've added the server ID information as well as iFrame = 1 to the shortcode. So those are some common ways to publish your forms to your website. If you want to learn more about data collection best practices as well as other tips and tricks, subscribe to our channel and be sure to hit the notification bell icon to receive alerts when we release a new video. We also have a fantastic knowledge base that goes into more detail about the technical aspects of form building and processing, which I will leave a link to in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy form building.